The sirens wail, but not for you. A low, oily cloud rolls over the fence line from the industrial park 2 miles away. The air takes on a scent of burning plastic and ammonia, and your lungs don't notice until the first cough brings up pink. A chemical spill near home isn't a mushroom cloud. It's a silent, invisible rearrangement of the atmosphere that you are still breathing in right now. Most people will shelter in place and tape the windows, but they'll die from the four things they never saw coming. The ones that attack not the lungs, but the laws of physics inside the very room they think is safe. Subscribe so you never miss this. Stay for number 4. The one that has nothing to do with the chemical itself and everything to do with the shelter you are sitting in. The systemic lie is that a plastic sheet and duct tape create a sealed fortress. That's an active shooter fantasy. A true chemical plume cares nothing for your door seals. It's a heavier than air gas that floods the low ground, or a lighter than air vapor that collects in the ceiling, or a reactive agent that spontaneously combusts when it hits the moisture in your eyes. The government tells you to stay put, but doesn't teach you that your home's architecture, the way heat rises, cold sinks, and pressure equalizes, is the primary killer before the toxin ever touches your skin. Number 1. Specific gravity, the sediment of death. Not all air is the same. The chemical that just breached your perimeter has a vapor density. If it's heavier than air, chlorine, propane, butane, sulfur dioxide, it doesn't mix. It flows like an invisible river, pooling in basements, floor drains, ditches, and the lower half of your living room. You lie on the floor for protection, and you are breathing a pure stream of suffocating gas. A heavy vapor displaces the oxygen upward. The safe, breathable air is the hot, dry air near the ceiling. If the chemical is lighter than air, ammonia, hydrogen cyanide, carbon monoxide, it rises, filling the attic, the high shelves, and slowly descends. You stand up, and you die. Most people don't know the specific gravity of the hazard. You'll grab a weather app. If the plume is an industrial accident, you'll know what's burning. If the cloud is heavy, you evacuate upward. Attic with an open window. Roof if you can. Breathing near the ceiling with a wet cloth won't save you from a dense chlorine cloud, but it buys you 10 extra minutes the people on the floor don't get. If it's lighter than air, you go low. Basement sealed at the top of the stairs. Waterlogged towels pushed into the cracks. Specific gravity is the invisible executioner. Number 2. The stack effect. Your house is a chimney. Your home breathes. Warm interior air rises, creating positive pressure at the top. It leaks out of attic hatches, light fixtures, the ridge vent. Cold air flips the script. Negative pressure at the top sucks outside air in through every crack, while the warm air presses out the bottom. A chemical plume hits, and your house automatically draws it in through every gap, vent, and weep hole, turning the structure into a slow-build gas chamber. Most people tape the windows against an airborne agent and forget the mechanical ventilation. The bathroom exhaust fan, the kitchen range hood, the dryer vent, the HVAC return, they're still pulling outside air into the sealed envelope. You will recognize the stack effect as a pressure-driven enemy. You'll shut off the whole house fan and the HVAC system. Close the flue, tape the interior doors. Pick a single interior room with no windows and the fewest exterior walls. Seal it and then depressurize nothing. A chimney doesn't care about your duct tape. Break the cycle or your safe room becomes the concentration point. Number 3. Acute inhalation toxicity. The blistering agent on your breath. You are holding a wet towel to your face, thinking it filters the gas. It doesn't. A wet cloth stops smoke particulates, not soluble gases like anhydrous ammonia or hydrogen fluoride. These agents dissolve instantly in the moisture of your airways, your eyes, your throat. They form hydrochloric acid, alkaline burns, and pulmonary edema. The very first breath you take that tastes like metal or burns like fire means you've already inhaled a dose that may cause delayed blistering in the lungs. You call 911 in a week because you're drowning in your own serum, a condition called dry land drowning. Most people don't recognize the odor warning signs. A sharp, acrid, bleach-like tang. A sweet, fruity, almond scent. An irritating, sour, chlorine smell. If the air tastes wrong, you don't wait to see if it's just a nuisance. You evacuate perpendicular to the wind, you don't run. You move crosswind, upwind if possible, but never downwind. Your nose is a chemical sniffer, and the moment it protests, the clock is ticking on your alveoli. The wet rag is a comfort item, not a respirator. Get out of the cloud before you taste it twice. Number 4. The shelter combustion triangle. The chemical that's spilled isn't just a poison, it's often a fuel. A cloud of volatile organic compounds, a pocket of natural gas, a mist of flammable lacquer thinner. It infiltrates the house silently, filling the air to its lower explosive limit. You sealed the room. Now static electricity from a light switch, the spark of a thermostat, the compressor kicking on a fridge, these ignite the invisible bomb. The shelter that was supposed to save you becomes a crematorium. Most people light a candle or try to use a generator in a confined space during a chemical event, unaware that the atmosphere itself is now part of the fire triangle. If the odor is flammable, gasoline, solvent, propane, you eliminate all ignition sources. No phones, no lighters, no turning on or off any electrical device. The spark from a single outlet can trigger a room-sized deflagration. Ventilate if you can do so without drawing more agent. If trapped, you become a ghost. Move slow, touch nothing. The chemical doesn't need to be inhaled to kill you, it just needs a pilot light. Here is the reality. The hazmat protocols won't print on a community flyer. The first thing that kills you in a chemical spill is gravity, because the poison pools. The second is physics, because your home breathes it in. The third is delayed, because your lungs blister after you feel fine. The fourth is fire, because the sealed box you built ignited with you inside. You survive by knowing the density, breaking the stack effect, recognizing the taste of the toxin, and stripping every ignition source from the equation. The cloud will pass. The aftermath will be years of cleanup. But you'll be standing when it clears because you fought the chemical, not with a gas mask, but with an understanding of how it moves, how it climbs, and how it burns. Now, drop a comment and tell me this. Which way is the wind blowing right now relative to your home? Walk outside. Check a flag, a tree, the back of your hand. Write the direction. Then ask yourself if you could evacuate crosswind in the dark, with your eyes burning. And in the next video, we are facing the shelter failure itself. How to build a true positive pressure safe room for under $100 using a fan, a filter, and the one thing you already own that stops a chemical agent at the door. I'll see you there.